Hi, this is Dee with Divine L and Divine Needle. The reading they gave me today, there was a lot to it. It's interesting because a friend of mine got this turtle energy and in the reading for the air signs today. And they knew I was watching her readings live while I was busy researching this reading. The microcosm and the macrocosm. What they're showing me here about altered states of consciousness and things like that, but there's a lot more to this reading. I'm going to try to take you through it. This morning, we had storms last night. Some really intense storms that came up out of Texas and Oklahoma into Missouri and Arkansas. And over, plus there were some storms in Mississippi, Alabama area the prior week. What's interesting is how they led me on this road today. The first thing they had me doing this morning was looking up tornadoes that happened yesterday. And when I did that, it led me to a particular, because the fact that I can manipulate the weather and manipulate storms at Mokinesis. Yeah. I have a very acute interest in the weather and storm chasers. There's one that there's several I like, but, and some of them are no longer with us because of that storm chasing. But, so they gave their lives doing what they love, right? But here's the thing. There is one particular channel, let me pull it up for you. This one. Pecos Hank. And I saw this Texas Tornado Fest, April 23rd, 2021. He posted it on the 26th. And I watched that this morning, and in that video, let me pause this recording till I get up to there. All right. So in this one, first of all, let me tell you something. And I mentioned this to my husband yesterday. I was like, they keep giving me 555 recently. In the morning and in the evening on the clock. 555. Yesterday's reading featured the Last Judgment card, which shows the double helix of the caduceus. And this video that he had posted shows he's out storm chasing in Texas. And if you watch, you can see the double helix. See, when tornadoes rope out.
555.
And did you hear what he just said? Just watch.
Time is 555.
There's the tornado moving out. Double helix.
Time is 555.
The time is 555. He just said it. 555. Now they're using Pecos Hank to talk to me too. You can't make that up. Anyway, in this video,
Go hole. Yeah.
There's several times you'll see tornadoes roping out. And you can see the double helix.
I think it's time to roll. That was awesome.
just wanted to point this out. And that's the video, Texas Tornado Fest, April 23rd, 2021. Pico's Hank's channel. Yeah. Well, I clicked to see if he had any more recent videos than this one. But here's the thing. Let's go back to my reading. The reading for today. Yesterday, you can go look at that video. It's, let me see if I can pull it up just a moment. All right. Let me pull that up real quick. My reading from yesterday. That way you can see the cards. All right. I've got it pulled up. Switch back over to that. There's the cards. And I actually pulled these out during today's reading too, because I wanted to tell everybody what they were trying to point me at. You see the Apocalypse card here, the double helix, right? And then the Rogue card, see the storms going on in the background. And then Angel of Storms and Battles in the what to be mindful and prepare for. So they were pointing me at the tornadoes, the storms. See the storm above her head? And gaining a higher, wider perspective over this. Also, if you look over here at the Sabian Mysteries, it looks like the finger of God spinning up something. And I talked about that in today's reading. Let me come back to the cards now. Okay. So definitely check out the reading I did today, because I start out with yesterday's reading and what they were pointing me at. But today's reading, The Wheel of Life, they're using this one. They use this card to tell me about the beginning of the age of Aquarius and about the planetary movements, about timekeeper Saturn, and basically this is us hacking the holodeck, the matrix. Today's reading, these cards. Seeing the forest through the trees, the journeyman. This is a forest, and the minute I saw this card and this card, I knew we were looking at Yellowstone. Because what I saw here in this card, the gardener, is the Devil's Tower. In the background here, the Devil's Tower Monument, that's in Wyoming. And just to the west of that is Yellowstone. The trees. Now keep in mind, at the bottom of the Devil's Monument, Devil's Tower in Wyoming, there is a pine forest at the base of that. But then we have the bereaved card, the heartbreak. I talked about the mirroring and the helix, and they show the helix here too in the journeyman card. But this is someone looking out over a landscape that's very reminiscent of that area where the Devil's Tower is located. And this is them telling me to slow down and really pay attention to the reading. and what they're trying to tell me here. They're also talking about the mirroring, the inversion. But then they show this card, consciousness, and they are talking about altered states of reality. But this broken heart felt like broken earth to me. Like, see the veins in the heart here? And I noticed the roots down here around the earth goddess, Sybil. Yeah. And I'm like, I almost pulled some cards to see what does this heartbreak mean, to clarify it. What does that heartbreak mean? What is the heartbreak? The other thing that came to mind is you see the Isis symbol here. That's also a symbol that is used, Sumerian, Annunaki, Egyptian imagery for the ships, the Anunnaki ships. So I'm not exactly sure what they're referring to here on the bereaved. It's either something to do with the earth itself or with an Anunnaki ship. Now, the thing that pops out in my head is this Devil's Monument, Devil's Tower in Wyoming. There's a movie about that with a ship over it. I remember they tell the truth sometimes in movies, and the divine sometimes leads musicians and choreographers and movie directors and playwrights to do certain things. Choreographers, singers, everything's orchestrated by the holodeck, the program. So they're definitely pointing out Yellowstone and Wyoming and Devil's Tower. Now I'm trying to figure out, are they talking about an incoming ship? Remember, that was featured in a movie, Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind or Third Kind, I don't remember, where they were playing frequency. And it's interesting because they used Pecos Hank to talk to me because they kept showing me 555 the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And then suddenly they point me at tornadoes, point me at Pecos Hank, and then he says, the double helix shows up on that tornado, and then he says 555. The time is 555. Wow. Mind blower. And I'm like, okay, what you guys up to? Well, here's the thing. When you go to his channel, let me put the screen back over on my screen. When you go over to his channel, because I was looking to see if he had more tornado videos. This is the Texas Tornado Fest, his most recent post. I look over and Devil's Tower is showing up, and they just had it in the reading. It was jumping out at me. And it was funny because when I saw it in the reading, I'm like, I know what that is. That's a place. They're trying to point me at a place. And it just so happens that he has that very place in his video list.
So Bespoke Post, they just send you a cool box every month.
Whoa, this is kind of awesome. This thing is...
There we go. Yeah. Devil's Tower. You can't make that crap up. What are the odds that he posts a video about what's in my reading today, and they point me at his channel because of tornadoes, using tornadoes to get me there, and then the reading yesterday being about tornadoes, about storms, and now today pointing at Devil's Tower, and he just so happens to have posted a video about Devil's Tower. And he says 555 in that video. You have to pay attention to every sign around you, because every sign, other people speaking to you, other people doing certain things, animals moving, the storms in the sky, the clouds, everything is a clue, including them using the numbers to communicate with us, giving us certain numbers or certain words over and over again. The clues. Anyway, so he's got a video about Devil's Tower. Wild, right? Okay, I'm going to pause this a minute because I'm going to pull up something. Okay, I've got it pulled up. First, I want to show you something. This is where Devil's Tower is. Right here. In Wyoming. Just across from South Dakota. Interesting, because Rosebud Sioux Reservation is in South Dakota, and that's where my heaviest Native American lineage resides, is the Rosebud tribe. So here's the monument, Devil's Tower. And then I look over and there's Yellowstone National Park. But here's the funny thing. See this feature right here? Just above the word Wyoming here in blue. I turned it blue right there. This feature right here on the earth looks just like that bereaved card, the heart, right? The earth, cracks in the earth. And when I was looking at the Earth Goddess, the gardener card, the cracks in the earth, the roots down in the earth. And what's interesting also is when you look at Devil's Tower Monument from above, it looks interestingly, you know, where Deadwood, South Dakota is, this area, the Black Hills National Forest, looks like that heart. So maybe that's really what they want me to look at, and not this feature right here that's closer to Yellowstone. It's one of the two. I have a feeling it might be this one because it's real close to the Devil's Tower. I think that's what they want me to look at. Thunder Basin National Grasslands. Anyway, they're wanting me to look at this for some reason. So, and it's interesting because that was included in that movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. See, there's Spielberg, there's the mock-up they did of Devil's Tower in Crook County. Anyway, in that movie, they actually show a ship coming in. And in my reading here, the Annunaki ship here, right here, the representation of that ship and the earth. Are they telling me they're coming? Or is something going to happen at this location? It feels like something is going to happen at this location. Now, what's interesting is I was watching one of my friends, Miss Melody, and her channel, uh, Oracle of the Crows. And underneath here, working together with an ivory shield, that's Queen of Cups, power and authority of water. She's a Cancer. And in her reading, it was reflecting and mimicking my reading. She got the turtle when she did the air signs. And I need to look at the rest of her readings because she accidentally said fire and I'm Sag rising. So, Spirit in Search of Science. And then a Queen of Fire. That's interesting, right? Because she said fire during the air reading by mistake, but it wasn't a mistake. Nothing's a mistake. This one goes after what they want, and they don't let anything stop them. Equal reciprocity, gaining a higher, wider perspective. And the weighing of hearts against a feather. Judgment Day. You know, they gave me that date, June 10th, in another reading. Is this about June 10th? Is that Judgment Day? Because they called it D-Day. When's D-Day? And they told me 6/10. June 10th, D-Day. Is that Judgment Day? This Sabian Mysteries symbol. First of all, this one was like a tornado being spun up by the finger of the gods or the goddess. Because that's what they call tornadoes, the finger of God. And then today's Sabian mystery. See the flat top on this? I think that represents the flat top of that Devil's Monument. And it's dark outside. See, consciousness, the darkness. This feels kind of like that card too. Like it's about that. So, is there a ship coming in? You know, the Annunaki created all of this, including the ones that have been holding you prisoner here. Some of them actually think that they can stop the gods. This is about demigods and the gods themselves. Some of the demigods, which were created by the gods, have been holding you all hostage. There are two negative bunches that have teamed up with each other because they both wanted to control you. So rather than fight with each other to control you or have control over the planet, they teamed up. Some of them, and not all of them, keep in mind, not all of them are negative. Some of them have changed their ways. But they have you, and they want to see, just like the gods want to see, the souls here flourish and get out of jail, basically. They think that they can stop the gods, but they're wrong. And some of them know it. When they know the Anunnaki are coming back home, they know it. And some of them are actually considering trying to fight and stop us or stop them. I don't know. Miss Melody during her stream said that she mentioned Yellowstone. I was like, you're not going to believe this, but they pointed me in that direction today. But she thinks it involves the 3 days of darkness. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. And I had an urge to pull a clarifier on the bereaved. What deck do I use? Because I am going to pull a clarifier on the bereaved. What deck should I use? I'm going to try the Osho Zen. If that doesn't work, I'm going to pick this deck up and use it for clarifying, I think. Oh, I just split the deck. Look with that. The eye in the sky. It's a ship. See, I thought maybe that this was about, because she was talking about Yellowstone, 3 Days of Darkness, maybe erupting. But this looks like the representation of the Anunnaki ships. It's a ship, I think. Because I just split the deck and there's this card. That card was instrumental about showing me a volcano. Maybe it's both. Maybe they want to tell me it's both. Is it both? I didn't mean to split the deck like that. I mean, or did I? Everything's meant to happen. It's a program, right? You have to giggle at the program. I picked up the deck because I was going to make sure and show the next few cards that were on this underlying. Show them again so that we have a snapshot of what's there and the storyline. The bread of earth, under the earth, right? Earth Messenger, which was one of the cards that was in the reading yesterday. Unseen power rising. All right. I wanted to show you those. That's why I picked this up. But I think when I picked it up, it split right here to the eye in the sky. The eye in the sky. It's a ship, but they're also pointing at the Devil's Tower. The Devil's Tower. This card represents Hermes, Hades, the King of Earth. And the shape of that is the shape of the Devil's Tower. It's a ship. It's at least a ship coming in. A portal. Wow. Split the deck and I got that. That was no accident. And that card being right with it, no accident. No accidents here. Definitely not. Let's see if they give me anything else. Anything else on this, please? Anything else on this? Morality. Judgment Day. It's about morality. Morality. See, it is about morality. The Giver, the Outlaw. It's definitely about morality. Look at the bottom. There's that again. The higher, wider perspective. Hear the train whistle blowing in the background? Hear that? I feel like I need to do more. Let's look here. I know one deck they want me to look at right now. They told me to look at. They made me split these decks. Give me a moment. I'm going to get these decks out real quick. Okay. They did have me combine these decks for some readings, but then they told me to split them back out, so I did. And this deck, they were telling me in my head to get this deck. What else can you tell us about this reading? What else can you tell me? What else do we need to know about this? What else do we need to know about this? It's the key. Four and 7, 11. It's the key. They've been pointing me at the 369 again too, by the way. But the inverse, 963. And Hubby Wubby's here to join me. Hey, baby.
Hello. What you doing? Big reading?
Yeah. I'll tell you about it when I get done.
Okay.
I love you too, sweetheart. Morning.
Oh,
Not this stick. Okay. Not this stick. Huh? You were having fun yesterday.
Yes.
We had a good time yesterday. Yeah. We were like two little kids having a good time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. See if they give me anything from here. From this stack. Yep. 2 of them. Full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. That's the balance. Maintaining that balance is key. Luck is on our side. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on our side. What's interesting is I'm a Sag rising. Okay. I'm going to stop recording this. I'm going to do another reading on this. We're piecing the puzzle together. Striking the balance is key. 369 and 963. And it's interesting because that movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, they were using music to communicate with the ET, with the UFO ship, right? That came in above that. Is that what this is about? All right, I'm going to stop recording there and then see what else they have to tell us about this. Or do you want me to put it in this reading? That may be all they want to talk about right now because they already told us about June 10th. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's more. I feel like there's more. But I'll continue with more if they give me more. In the meantime, I just wanted to show how they're communicating with me and what they're trying to tell me about. It's definitely about Devil's Tower. Anyway, that's that for now.